Hi folks, this Friday, May 7th, is International Harm Reduction Day, and I want to talk a little bit about dual diagnosis. A dual diagnosis refers to when someone has both mental ill health and also substance use disorder or addiction. Niels Bohr said that the thing about the great truths is that the opposite is also true. I want to give you a great truth and see if I can turn it around as well. That great truth is that mental ill health and addiction can affect any of us. It can affect you, me, older people, our parents, younger people, our children, our neighbours, our work colleagues. You might say, well, what if someone doesn't drink alcohol or use illicit drugs? There are many kinds of addiction that we can broaden that out to. In this moment, let's include any kind of behaviour that you do on a daily basis, compulsively, that's no longer helping you and that you find it very difficult or impossible to stop. Let's include addiction to work, sex addiction, screen addiction. In that context, in this crazy world, I think it's pretty easy to agree that mental ill health and addiction can affect any of us. Now, that sort of opposite truth is that chronic mental illness and long-term life-altering addiction is concentrated in areas of great disadvantage. It's concentrated in areas of poverty, of joblessness, of homelessness, of incredible stressors along these lines. It's concentrated amongst people who grew up in out-of-home care or in foster care. Many of those individuals get to the age of 18 never having been told that they are loved or shown that they are loved, because they've moved between 20 or 30 or even 40 group homes and foster families. Amongst that population and other similar populations, we see preteen injecting drug use, early school leaving, low school attainment, very significant childhood homelessness, and interaction with the criminal justice system. In these areas, dual diagnosis is rife, and understandably so. What connects all of us with, say, those people struggling with very significant mental illness and addiction, one thing that connects us is stigma. We are all victims of stigma. Those of us who have stigma in our hearts, and we all do, we're victims. It's not nice to think poorly of someone. It doesn't benefit our souls. We all feel more reluctant, I think, to seek professional support with our mental health. We feel if something's wrong with our brain, it's different to something being wrong with our body. We go to the GP at the drop of a hat. Do we go and see a psychologist or a psychiatrist when we feel that we're unwell? Not nearly with the same fluency or frequency as we should. And stigma also means that we do not invest as we should as a society at a governmental level in mental health supports, professional supports, and the area of alcohol and other drugs. If someone is ill from cancer, even if that cancer is self-inflicted, we might say, from a lifetime of smoking. My Auntie Lorna, were we going to deny her state-of-the-art healthcare because she was a lifetime smoker? No, we're not. Even though we know that cancer often, treatment is unsuccessful and people die. Do we give up on them? Do we not treat them? No, we don't. And it needs to be the same with mental ill health and addiction. And we need to build the Peter MacCallum Centres. We need to create an environment where people and their families get all the support they want and need, where possible, from one team in one place. To do any less than that is simply unacceptable. If you're involved in this industry, and I suspect, watching this video, there's a reasonable chance that you are, then keep fighting that good fight. Good on you. For all the rest of us, we can always look at our own internal stigma and our attitudes to people. Let's keep a compassionate lens. When we see someone on the street and think, my God, what are you doing? Imagine that person as a child. Imagine the trauma that they've likely gone through, and see things through that lens. And towards International Harm Reduction Day, you might like to think about supporting an organisation like First Step in their work in this area. Thanks a lot.